Alright mate, back here for another episode. Please make sure to drop a like and subscribe down below. And let's get into the episode, guys. So this episode we're going to be talking about the Liga do Brazil. Something a little bit different. I will be bringing out the classic RTG in a couple of days time. So don't worry about that, guys, that won't be too long. But let's get into the episode anyway. So we're going to be talking about obviously the Liga do Brazil. We all know obviously in Ultimate Team how much of an effect they have and how good their silvers are with the 5-star skill moves, the 5-star weak foot, and how they're really pacey as hell. But I want to talk about how much of an effect they're going to have to the divisions in FIFA, how fun they're going to be to play with obviously in FIFA in general, and just how good they're going to be in obviously FIFA 16. So as we all know, they've all got their main players such as Dede, that really solid defender who used to have the 80 pace. He's still really good this year. You've obviously got D'Alessandro, another really good player. You've obviously got Pato, that really good keeper from Atletico Mineiro. I'm not sure what his name is, but his name's on the screen anyway. His card's on the screen. But I just want to see how much of an effect they're going to have when it comes to these sort of divisions you can be playing, like the divisions 8s, 9s and 10s, just at the early start of FIFA. So I'm just hoping to God that they're going to be so cheap, because when they're going to become really cheap, obviously they're going to have a great effect. They're going to be so popular to play with when you're going to come across them. They're going to be so popular to come across. Obviously you're going to have the Brazil team, but also the Liga do Brazil. But I want to talk about just in general, like when it comes to FIFA as well, because obviously they got their main teams such as Sao Paulo, you've got Corinthians, Fluminense, you've got Internacional, and we all know how good them sort of teams are and how many players they've obviously that have come up from the ranks of there. You've got players like David Luiz that have come out them sort of teams. You've got Neymar, we all know how good he was when he used to play for Santos. But it's just going to be one of them sort of things which I think EA have done really well. And I knew last year it was an absolute just wasn't good, obviously, FIFA, when it didn't have obviously the Liga do Brazil. I really did miss them sort of teams with obviously a lot of flair and a lot of skill moves, and just them sort of teams that had a lot of pace in general. I did miss out on them sort of teams, but also everybody else obviously in the community. We really did miss them sort of teams. But obviously now in FIFA, them sort of teams are back. It's going to really boost obviously FIFA Ultimate Team in general, and I think it's going to really have a great effect on obviously just building your teams up, obviously getting started with them sort of teams, or just obviously trying to get you into Division 10, Division 1 I mean. It's going to have a great effect to get into them divisions, really the high divisions, and it's hopefully they're going to be fairly cheap. I'm hoping they are, because usually they're really expensive. You got players like Kelvin that used to play for them. He used to be really expensive. But obviously you have got a lot of cheapies in there, so it's going to have a great effect on obviously building your squads. And just overall, I'm really excited to see them come back to obviously back to FIFA. It's going to be so good, guys. I can't wait. It's going to be one hell of a year when obviously Brazilian League's going to be back. It's just going to be so good. But please drop a comment, guys, what you think about La Liga do Brazil. Do you think that it was great to see them come back, or do you think it was really not a great idea to see them come back? Because some people say it's not the best, but people have their own opinions. So as I said, this is all my opinion. But anyway, as we carry on, obviously you've got some highlights obviously on the video, just playing around with a couple of the teams and just having a bit of fun with them. Obviously there's quite a lot of players, obviously you can see on screen, they've got a lot of flair. You've got this player here called Lima. Now he looks really good this year. He's going to be one of those sort of players to really keep an eye out. He's got a nice bit of pace, got a nice little shot on him, nice bit of dribbling. So he's going to have a great effect on Ultimate Team. But also when it comes to players like David Luiz, Thiago Silva, Neymar, they're going to still have a great effect on the Liga do Brazil. Obviously they come from Brazil, and that's going to have a great effect in making a lot of hybrids. Now, obviously when you look at the Brazil, you still got the team, you still got players like Dede and D'Alessandro, which obviously I just said at the start of the episode, but they're the sort of players that are still going to really boost the Brazilian League. Because the thing with the Brazilian League is not because they've got all the skill moves and all the weak foots and all these sort of players with the pace. They've still got a lot of solid sort of players like Alessandro, who's got a lot really good dribbling, decent bit of pace, decent shot, and that's still going to have a great effect in boosting this Brazilian League up the leagues and getting it into the BPL and the BBVA and stuff like that. Because what I've noticed with the Liga do Brazil, even though they've got all them flair and obviously the flair and them sort of players, they still don't beat them sort of leagues with the BPL and the Serie A, because a lot of their players are just not that great. They've only got the flair. That's all they've got. They haven't got the great shot on them. They haven't really got that much pace or the strength, and that just doesn't help. But obviously now in 2015, they've got a lot of decent players which are coming up from the ranks, or they've got a lot of youth players that are boosting up, and that's why I think this year is going to be a really good year for the Brazilian league, and it's going to really boost just an Ultimate Team in general, and a lot more options to play with. Because obviously what's going to help is there's quite a lot of Argentinians playing in the Brazilian league, and that's going to have a great effect in boosting the hybrids of the Argentinians. And obviously when you've got teams like, obviously you got Messi in there, Di Maria, that's going to have a great effect in coming across them sort of teams. So I hope you've really enjoyed the episode, guys. I know I have. But just make sure to drop a comment, and make sure to like, because I will have some more of this content coming out in the coming episodes, and I will have some more RTG or classic RTG coming out. So please make sure to drop a comment, and make sure just to let me know, guys, if you don't like this sort of content, if you want me to improve on this sort of content. Let me know what other content I can do, because there's a lot more content to talk about in FIFA 16. Obviously you had the women's, obviously gameplay, obviously you had the Liga do Brazil, but there's also so many other things to talk about. I mean, you could talk about the legends, but I thought this would be a great little thing just to talk about, because it's something new. There's not much of it out on YouTube at the moment, but I hope to bring out a couple more squad builders for FIFA 16. I obviously haven't done any yet, but hope to bring out a couple of squad builders, obviously relating to the Liga do Brazil. So let me know what type of squad builders you'd like me to do. Let me know, obviously, on the RTG, classic RTG, or what you want me to improve on. If you want me to change up the leagues on there, or anything else you want me to add. I could do a career mode. I'm thinking about doing career modes in the coming weeks. I could obviously do a team from the Liga do Brazil and really build them up, and try and get some players like obviously Neymar and stuff to come back to the club. Like obviously I could do Santos, for instance, on Liga, or I could do Sao Paulo, or even Corinthians, and really get them sort of players to come back, like Pato and stuff, and really build that sort of stuff up. So that's something to think about. I mean, there's also obviously got My Pro to think about. That was something I was thinking about doing in a couple of days time. So let me know, guys, what you want me to do. It's something really good, but obviously the channel is really improving now. It's really growing, getting quite a few comments now from a few people, so that's really nice to see. Getting subscribers are just flying up at the moment, guys, and that's really nice to see. But I hope to keep the content coming out. Obviously the holidays are coming into an end for me soon, so I won't be bringing out as much content as usual, but I hope you guys do appreciate what I'm doing here. I'm still trying to keep this channel flowing as much as I can, but as you can see on the screen soon, guys, obviously I think it's on about now. Yep. Just make sure to check out obviously the last episode of obviously the classic RTG episode 5. Make sure to check that out, because that's a really good one. And also make sure to check out the first episode of the classic RTG, because that was a really good episode. But obviously I'm going to bring out some more of the classic RTG, and yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed the episode. It's really cool to talk about this sort of content, and yeah, so please make sure to drop a like and subscribe down below, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.